Good morning. It's Saturday morning, March 19th, I think. Just thought I'd show you where we're at here. Tapers have been here most of the week. They started Wednesday, so they were here Wednesday, Thursday. They skipped yesterday to let this dry a little better. Coming back today to sand it. I got to turn the lights on, obviously. I got to do that downstairs at the breaker. So I can't do it right here. But anyway, I thought I'd show you what it looks like. You know what? I'm going to go turn the lights on before I take you in there. Hang on. Okay, that's better. Sure looks dark. Okay, so just to recap, they came here Tuesday. The tapers came here Tuesday. And they taped all the joints, did the corners, with the corner bead here. And they did all of that with 20-minute hot mud. It's a mud that they mix, comes in a sack dry instead of the pre-mixed stuff. And they mix it. And it sets up, it dries in 20 minutes, so you can do a second coat. You can go over it really quick. It's called hot mud. Yeah, so you got to be a pretty good professional. It doesn't give you any time to work it. You mix a bunch of this stuff, you better be using it up really quick, otherwise it starts to harden on you in the pan. So anyway, they taped it with the hot mud, the 20-minute hot mud, and they put one coat of skim on it over those joints with another layer of 20-minute hot mud. Once that's set up, they floated the whole thing, the whole surface you see here that's got taping compound on it. They floated that whole thing with a coat of topping that first day. So they actually did 3 processes the first day. Left the heat on and ran the fan as much as possible overnight, and they came the next day and put this coat of topping. They sanded a tiny bit to get any ridges and bumps and stuff off of it, and they put a second coat of topping on it. And that's where we're at now. They're coming today around noon to do the final sanding on this, and I guess in any touch-ups that they find that it needs. It's a little hard when it's all one color like this to see the flaws. After you sand it, it's hard to see any flaws or whatever. Typically that shows up really well once you put a coat of paint on it. I'll put some PVA sealer on this, and that will identify any flaws that are in it. And from that point, then we can just spot patch the little flaws. But anyway, so far I'm pretty happy with it. You can see here it came out really flush with the wood surface. The moldings ought to work great on this. The door, I think, is even more flat than the window, yeah. So I shouldn't have any problems with any of the trim. Remember, there was a big hole right here. So that looks fine. Be interesting to see how it is all once it's sanded. But anyway, that's where we're at. Just thought I'd give you a little. I haven't been doing any taping while they're here working. It's kind of hard. There's 2 of them in here. The room is small. So, like I said, I haven't been doing anything, taping anything while they're here working. And it's all dusty and everything and stuff anyway. So, I'll just show you the result once it's done. All right? Have a good one. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hello there. Well, we got some paint on it today. Did the, what do you call it? PVA sealer. Polyvinyl something, I don't know. In other words, the first paint you put on drywall after it's been taped. So that's what we did here today. As you can see, it's white. And I'm going to say Taping looks excellent. I found hardly any flaws. A couple little tiny, like nail point spots in it. But like I say, you couldn't even tell you where they are now. I put pencil marks around them, and obviously the PVA covered the pencil marks. Usually that shows through, but I got a fairly heavy coat on there, and so I don't even see the pencil marks right now, or the flaws. So I'm saying it looks good. Pretty happy with the taping. I sanded the door frame, make it nice and smooth, and rounded off the corner a little bit. I don't like the sharp corners. I like the corners rounded. So made sure that was done before I did any paint. And I same thing on the window. Did this one too. Got a problem with this window. I ordered the window and it came the other day. And the inside part of it is the right size to fit in the hole. But the part that goes on the outside seems to be a little too big. So I'm going to have to talk to the supplier tomorrow and find out what the deal is. How much of it. I mean, they give you a big flat fin piece on the outside. It's a vinyl window. They give you this big flat fin on the outside that you can trim. But I need to take the whole fin off in a tiny bit, a little bit more, kind of a built-out frame they have on the outside of it. And it seems like I shouldn't be cutting that frame, but that's what I need to do to make it fit. This is 24 inches. I ordered a window 23 and a half. This part of the vinyl window is 23 and a half, but there's an outside part of it, the face, the outside face of it. That's a half inch bigger an inch bigger than that. It's 24 and a half, and this opening's 24. So, like I say, I'm not sure what I need to do with that. Like I say, worst case, I got to cut that little built-out frame so that it fits up against the existing stops on the outside of this frame. And that's not the end of the world, but it just seems wrong. Anyway, that's where we are. You notice I didn't get too crazy with this because that's going to get covered with tile. What you see here where it isn't finished too well. That part gets covered with tile. So I put a coat of sealer on it, but it really wasn't even necessary to do that. Anyway, this is where we're at. Okay? Tomorrow I think I'm going to go down and buy some trim. I can actually start trimming the door and trimming putting the crown mold around the ceiling, up here. Can't do that until I put the window in, obviously, but we'll see where that goes after I talk to the supplier tomorrow. All right, that's where we're at. Talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.